I was a pirate. A pirate.
Who had the best costume?
Best costume? I'll probably say Bobby. I don't know what he was. He had some. He had on a big red fur coat and some white face paint. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty nice.
Yeah, what was it like playing with Quickly on Friday?
It was good. We pushed the pace. We was getting things back sorted. Get the feel right. We got still getting them back and working on it in practice. So he went straight into it, and I think he did pretty well.
Quickly starting, you got Davion and Jamal in that second unit with you for longer stretches, and that looked pretty energetic. Like that looked like it could be kind of a fun group to play with.
Yeah, it was who was out there? It was me, Bruno, those two, and I think and Boucher. We got some those guys that all bring a lot of energy, and we pressed up immediately right away and got a steal. I think we chased the ball down. The clips online. We chased the ball down. We all just ball pushing. Those are guys that we all just really want to defend. We try to get after it.
And I mean, if that's going to be a good chunk of your minutes are going to be played with a bench, like kind of anchoring a bench unit. Is that the style you would like that group to play to?
I think that's the standard for our whole team. That's what we got to do to win games, and so that's the standard for the whole team.
What would you say this team's identity is going into the new season?
Push the pace and play defense. That's our main priorities. That's what we've been working on a lot. We got a lot of young guys that we can be able to play fast and try to be aggressive on defense. And so our defense has to be elite, rebound the ball so we can be able to push the ball.
I saw Mobo shooting threes over here. Looked like he was connecting on a bunch of them. I'm sure you went through a similar process with your shot. How different is it shooting in here compared to shooting in a game?
This is where you build your confidence to shoot it in game. So this is very important. It's about willing to take it in the game and just shoot it and not care. You practice it here in games and it just builds up your confidence.
Did you dress up for the Halloween party?
I did, yeah. It was Luigi. I just found it once. It looked great, I think.
Who had the best costume?
Out of the players?
Yeah, or anyone.
Anybody? I mean, we had a whole contest about it. I think it was Brandon from our tech support. I don't know what the role is called, whatever. But he went as Darth Maul. It was pretty good. Full commitment, which I like. So.
Darko didn't know who he was. He also said Brandon, but didn't know what the costume was.
Oh, well, you gotta watch Star Wars first, I guess. Maybe they didn't have it in Serbia.
Can you, after preseason, do you have a better idea of what the identity of this team is going to be, and what do you think that will be?
I think it's pretty much stayed true to what I thought it was going to be, like a young team that's working hard. Like, we're going to be playing free, which is going to lead to, like a lot of learning experiences, like maybe a little bit of chaos at times. Like, we're still trying to figure each other out, but once we do figure it out, I think it's going to be hard to guard because we're playing hard, playing fast, playing like unpredictable. So yeah, that's the goal, I think.
Do you notice any major differences from the style of play from last year for your position, or not really?
I mean, I don't think there's a major difference compared to at least the end of last year. Maybe a little bit more intense even this year, and like a little bit more like force and physicality, especially on offense. But overall, I think it's a similar style.
In terms of playing out of the high post?
Yeah, I mean, like not just the schemes. Like I think in general, there's just like a theme throughout all of our different like offensive schemes where we just try to move a lot, try to cut a lot, like trying to find random movements, random screens. Like there's not a whole lot of set plays, and even within those set plays, there's like multiple options where we kind of make reads out of it to just try and keep the defense on their toes, try and keep the defense in the rotations moving so we can find mistakes within their rotations and take advantage of it. Yeah. Have you identified a particular strength you guys have that going into the regular season? I mean, we're young. We know we can play fast. Like I said, I think we can attack the rim and be be a nuisance there. I think that's going to be our biggest strength, like trying to like really force the defense to be on their heels at all times. Like even a half court set, like we're trying to learn how to be more disciplined and a little bit more poised, but within that we still have to stay with our aggressive identity to be successful out there, I think.
Yeah, you play a lot out of the high post, and you know, obviously Grady and Ochai when they're starting lineup. Did you notice an improvement in how they were able to get free and get open for you to sort of catch and throw them the ball and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a learning experience for everybody, even for me. Like I had a bunch of turnovers in the preseason out of it because we're not 100% on the same page on it yet. But then we also had a couple of plays where I think against Brooklyn, I found Ochai on the backdoor cut. There was like another one against, I think it was Washington, found Grady on one. Yeah, so it's going to be a learning experience for me, like trying to figure out when to pass it, when to maybe find the weak side, and then for us to get on the same page that I know when they're about to cut, so I can make the read a little bit earlier, and then I'm not caught off guard with it.
How was it having quickly back in the lineup on Friday and continuing to build that relationship on the court?
That was great. I think we missed him out there in the preseason. Like obviously, like he's kind of our offensive floor general. Like he spaces the floor really well. Me and him worked a lot in the summertime on our little two-man game. So it's too bad we didn't get to try it in preseason. We're gonna have to kind of go all in with the regular season. I guess we got a little bit of run in against Brooklyn, but yeah, it was good to see him back out there on the court.
You haven't had all of the starters available throughout the preseason. Is that tough in terms of like Scottie missed a game, Quick missed some games, Barrett's been out?
For sure, it's tough, especially for a team like us. Like we haven't played together for very long. Like the starters played a little bit together last year, but even the rest of the gang, like we got so many new faces. Like the more practice and games we can get in together, the better. So yes, it hurts us that we have a few guys out, but I'd rather have it happen now than during the regular season. So yeah, let's just hope everybody stays healthy for the rest of the season.
On paper, your schedule to start is pretty difficult. I don't know how much you look ahead at that stuff, but no.
I didn't see it, no.
But I mean, do you think it benefits a young team facing a lot of teams that were in the playoff mix last year early, or does it matter?
I don't think it matters, to be honest. Like we're gonna have to try and find our groove anyway. Like I don't think we gotta play everybody the amount of times we have to play them anyway. So I don't think it really matters too much if we play them early or late.
So what did you dress up for as a Halloween party? What did you dress up as?
We had a great party. Guys had a lot of fun. It was another great event for everybody to come together. This time I was a little bit on more serious note. I was a picky blinder this time, so Thomas Shelby.
What was the best costume?
Brandon Moita, our IT guy, he had the best costume. It was really impressive. I don't know what he represented, but it was done really well.
We understand you have an injury update for us on RJ and Jakobi. What's going on with that?
RJ, both of them, they went through practice today. No contact, no live play. For RJ, it's a day-to-day at this point. And Jakobi is some week to 10 days behind him.
And Bruce has been shooting today. Do you have an update on him?
Bruce did not practice with the team. He's progressing well. He's starting to do some stuff on the court. Last week it was just like spa shots. Now he's doing a little bit of movement, so getting better every day.
What were the points of emphasis with Scottie's development this offseason, and how do you think he sort of carried that over to preseason?
Scottie worked really hard this offseason. He was in the gym a lot. He was very organized, structured. He did a good job in the weight room as well. It was continuing his overall development. You know, it was his three-point shooting. It was defensive efficiencies and understanding our schemes. It was how to create shots, how to touch the paint, post-ups. There was a lot of things that we worked on, and that becomes that's going to be a staple for him for the next couple of years.
I noticed you used the mid-range shot a couple of times, especially in the more one-on-one scenarios. How do you feel about that shot in general, especially with Scottie taking that?
I think depending on the situation, depending on the shot clock, I think that can be a good shot. But also everything comes out of with the context. You know, we don't want to be taking those shots way too early in the shot clock, and if you have other opportunities. But I don't mind that shot when it's happening when you have a lot of space and when defense is retreating, or when we go down in last 7-8 seconds of the shot clock. Getting those shots, elite players in this league, they do it on a high clip. So that's something that we want to continue developing with Scottie as well.
I'm sure that Scottie's leadership is going to develop also his style of leadership throughout the season, but is there any thing that kind of jumps out to you, or any similarities maybe with other players you've coached in terms of style of leadership?
What Scottie does really well, he leads by example. You know, he's all in. The way he competes, the way he sets the tone, it goes a long way with everybody else. If you have your franchise player picking up full court and playing defense on, doesn't matter who he guards, that rubs off the right way with everybody else. And offensively, he's also very unselfish. He's looking for his teammates. He likes to push the pace. He's doing all the things that I, as a head coach, also believe in, and that makes it much easier for the whole team to follow his lead.
Darko, have you looked at the schedule and first, did you break it down in 5 or 10 game increments? And if so, what are your impressions of the first part of it?
I looked at the schedule for sure. I know we're playing Cleveland night opening night, and I do not know what happens after that.
Really?
Yep. I really don't want to know. Nothing changes with my approach. I really want to focus on our team and how we go day by day and improving. You know, so obviously we're gonna look at what's ahead of us, so we can installing certain things. But we're not thinking game 2, 3, 4, 7. Schedule is scheduled. You know, nobody has control over the schedule. So all we want to do is go game by game and focus on us.
I mean, there are, just to let you know, I mean, there are a lot of really good teams in the first, let's say, 20 games, teams that had success last year. Do you look at that as a positive, like as a way to really test your team early, or any reaction?
As I said, we really want to be in every single game to compete. You know, we want to go after wins. We want to be at our best, and we want to learn from every experience. So playing against some really good teams early in the season, I think it can only help us. I think it can help us to understand what it takes to compete and win against those kind of teams, and it's going to speed up our process.
You guys dealt with a lot of injuries so far. Where do you feel like you're at after this preseason compared to, I guess last year or whatever, or even when you were an assistant coach? Like, do you feel like you're kind of ready for the start of the preseason, or is there still a lot of work to do because of those injuries and getting everyone on the same page?
I mean, we cannot change the timeline. Season is starting on Wednesday. Guys are gearing up, getting better. I think majority of the team is in pretty good state and shape. I think the rest of the guys will catch up with the team. And as I said, like, we got to approach one game at a time and really be focused on that next day and next practice and next team. So nothing is going to really change with us. You know, we are looking at long-term interest of the team and long-term interest of the players. We want players to be healthy and available for a long run, not just necessarily for one game or the other.
What excites
Kelly did not practice today.
What excites you about the dynamic between RJ, IQ, and Scottie, from whether it's the offseason, what you've seen, or preseason a little bit? What excites you?
It really excites me that they really embraced each other as teammates and as players that bring different kind of skill set to the team. They're spending a lot of time. They're talking a lot basketball. They're like basketball fanatics, all three of them. And it really excites me to see those guys, how they're going to gel and grow as a team.
What was your focus at practice today, and what do you think the focus will be tomorrow?
Practice today was continuing our basic defensive schemes, getting better in communication, understanding NBA's spacing and actions the teams are running. A lot of general stuff. We continued breaking down our offense, teaching nuances of it. So just continuing like to put a foundation for our team.
Fine-tuning.
Fine-tuning.